We got an update for the upcoming schedule of the Naruto Shippuden anime, and good news! Fillers! Again! Okay, well, on the plus side, these titles actually do look promising, unlike the three-part filler arc that we were in about this Yota kid who can control the weather. Granted, it does sound like a good concept, but we keep cutting to flashbacks and then to the fight. I mean, no flashbacks, please. Can we just get to a fight already? Episode 316 will be released in June 6th. It's going to be called Edo Tensei Allied Forces. Now, this episode does sound a bit promising, and the title, I think it probably means that a couple of the Allied Shinobi forces, the members that were dead, are going to be brought back to life and fight against the others. I just hope that it's going to be at least the rookies. We're going to see some of the rookies at least fight them, or at least some characters that we like, okay? 317 is going to be called Shino versus Torune. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, remember that episode when Kabuto was showing a demonstration of how the Edo Tensei works, and he resurrected Torune, the Aburame, with killing off, what was that guy's name? Fu, the Yamanaka from Danzo's group. So it looks like that Shino is going to fight against one of his Aburame clan members. So that one seems promising. Get to see Shino fight. Episode 318 is going to be called A Hole in the Heart, the Other Jinchuriki. Okay, I don't know what this means. Now, at first I thought that we're going to see Naruto fight against the other Jinchuriki, but no, that wouldn't actually really happen unless we get to see who is in the sixth coffin at the moment. And I guess it's a bit too soon for that to happen, so it could be about Naruto, or it could be about Killer Bee, or God forbid, it could be about Sora from the Sora filler arc. Granted, that arc didn't suck as much as the Three-Tailed filler arc, but I don't know. It does sound a bit promising, but we'll just have to wait. And the final episode, 319, is going to be called The Soul That Dwells Within a Puppet. This could mean two things. One, it could mean an episode about Kankuro, or two, this could be an episode about Chio. Now, I was going to say about Sasori, but, Sasori is dead again. And I was a bit disappointed in that. But, whatever. So, again, these episodes do sound a bit promising, but we'll just have to wait until the previews show up. I am a little impatient about when the hell they're going to show you-know-who. They probably might show them in July or August. I mean, seriously, the opening promises us the 5 Hokages fighting. And so far, nothing. Even though I released the video, I got a comment saying that Sasuke deserves to be Hokage because of all the shit he went through. Yeah, of course, I will admit that Sasuke has suffered, but that still doesn't excuse the fact of the things that he's done. That doesn't mean that he can, do whatever the hell he wants, okay? And also the comment when he says, I don't care what you all think. Sasuke has to care about what other people think, because those people are Konoha Shinobi, and they have to be the ones that support the idea about him being Hokage. So, yeah, fuck you, Sasuke. And personally, I still get comments that Sasuke deserves to be Hokage, and no, I do not think he does. I still don't believe he deserves to be Hokage, and it's still pissing me off that he wants to be Hokage. I mean, I can understand why he wants to, but I just do not see it. And you know what? You know who else has suffered? Naruto has suffered. And guess what? He became a hero. He deserves to be Hokage more than Sasuke does. Okay, you know what? I am gone on long enough with the whole Naruto rant. Yeah, let's just move on with the Toriko chapter. Hey guys, Lunar Spy 1127 here, bringing you Toriko chapter 234, Beyond Limits. Now, after last week's chapter, we got a shit ton of bromance, and a lot of people didn't actually like this chapter that much. They thought it was okay. But I will admit this chapter does have a little bit more action towards it. It's still building up towards this fight between Starjun and Toriko. So the chapter begins with Toriko getting up. Komatsu is still crying, of course, and constantly yelling out, "Toriko-san! Toriko-san!" God damn it! I don't hate Komatsu. Do not get me wrong, but it just looks a bit weird seeing Komatsu drawn like that when he's crying. Toriko was saying this speech, saying again and again, "I'll keep standing up, Komatsu, in order to protect you." Honestly, okay, I admit that was a pretty sweet moment. But when he was able to stand up, Sergeant just gloats at him and saying, like, "The only reason you're standing up is because I've allowed it to happen." Right, Sergeant. Oh, and guess what? Starjun was holding back. He wasn't even going all out against Toriko. God, how strong is this guy? And in the chapter, we get to see Toriko's angry face! Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, it's again, kudos to Shimabukuro for the drawing of the faces. Yeah, holy shit. Jesus, I thought Setsuno was creepy as it is. But the weird thing is, right after you see Toriko's scary face, you get all of a sudden you see Star June's face, a chunk of Star June's face blown off, and it turns out it's like some sort of after image or something. I don't know, because like once you get back to reality, there was like something that blasts near Star June, and Star June managed to dodge it, but the blast only managed to like take out a chunk of his hair. So I don't know if it's some sort of like after image, or he had a vision of what's going to happen to him or something. But he actually managed to dodge it. Meanwhile, with Tori, he was actually going all out from the very beginning. Now, can anybody like tell me what the hell that attack was that managed to like rip out a chunk of his hair? I mean, what was that? A special fork, a special knife, or was that a really advanced Kugi punch or something? I have no freaking clue what it was. Apparently, all the attacks that Toriko used at Starjun was the full course of his techniques. It was everything that he was actually capable of. And Toriko asked him that if he knew that it was all the attacks that he was capable of, why didn't he take the attack that he just threw? And all of a sudden, Toriko cuts Starjun in half. No, wait, nope, never mind. It was just an after image. Again. Actually, for the first time, we get to see Starjun blocking that attack, whatever the hell it is. Was that seriously? What the hell was it? It was like I think it was a fork or something, or a knife. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, Star June manages to get back up, and he tells him that he wants to see his limits. But Toriko says something like this: "Limits don't even exist. As long as you never stop walking forward, all there is growth." So when exactly did I run out of options? Anyway, Sergeant then realized that Toriko is actually different from when he fought him before. And then all of a sudden, at the second last page, we get a brief little flashback of Toriko meeting with Aimaru. And it looks like he's going to teach him a technique called the Supreme Routine. Since Toriko has gotten food immersion, it'll probably explain like what all those attacks were earlier that like nearly killed Starjun. I guess that would make sense. Apparently, this supreme routine, which is called the ultimate routine, is actually called the all controlling conduct of the king. And then at the final page, you get to see Toriko staring at Starjun, who is on a plate. And that is basically the end of the chapter. So yeah, that was Toriko chapter 234. What did I think? Well, we got like some action at least, but all those attacks apparently were from Toriko's ultimate routine, which is some sort of special secret technique that you learned from Aimaru. I don't know if next week's chapter we're actually gonna continue off with the Star June and Toriko fight, or we might actually get into a flashback training arc, seeing Toriko obtaining this technique from Aimaru. Although I will admit that this chapter was a bit better because not a lot of that bromance, even though we got some of it in the beginning. But I actually thought this chapter was okay. Although I don't know why Komatsu is still there. He should run. Seriously, I know he has to be there for Toriko, but you could still be there at a distance. Try to protect yourself. You don't want to be caught in the blast with any of their attacks or anything, right? As I said before, next week's chapter could be a flashback training arc, or we could just see the ultimate routine technique. Hopefully, this technique will actually be explained a little bit more. It's probably got something to do with his food immersion, but we'll just have to wait and see until next week. So that is Toriko chapter 234. This was an okay chapter. Now, time for a bit of an update. As you know, this weekend, Anime North. I know I said this like twice already, but I gotta say this again. I'm going to Anime North this weekend, so I'm afraid that I will not be able to do the Fairy Tail chapter review. Also, the Attack on Titan episode 8 reaction video that won't happen until Monday or Tuesday. I cannot be so sure, depending on how my schedule is. Also, I know I promised to do the Let's Read of the Dragon Ball Z and Frank crossover fanfic. That probably won't come out until next week, hopefully. But my schedule has been a bit tied up with school and everything. Yeah, I guess that's all the updates, and that's pretty much it from the Toriko chapter. So yeah, I'm Lunar Spiral 27, and hopefully I will see you guys next week. Later.